Good afternoon, you guys. It's your girl, Sassy Seraphim, and I just came with a quick message. And it's just really some advice because it's some advice I have to give myself in tough times when I have to make, you know, when the problem seems bigger than me at times. So, a issue arose or what have you, and to be honest, it was a big issue, and I just realized, like, I was mindful of the fact that my first instinct was failure. Like, before I even thought about the solution, my first instinct was, oh my goodness, how am I going to? Not realizing that I've done it and got through a lot of situations that were way less problemsome. But my first instinct was, oh my God, especially when you're a single mom and you're not on state assistance or anything of that nature. You're not getting child support and everything's coming off of your money that you make from your job. So please understand where I'm coming from. So when one thing goes out of whack and you really don't have that cushion, you're like, oh my goodness, how am I, and I'm going to tell you, there are some quick solutions sometimes. But once you get awoke and enlightened, how about I say that? Or you start walking your path, you'll realize that some of those solutions that you ran to back in the day they really aren't solutions. They lead to more karma or a bigger problem than you started off with. You understand what I'm saying? It might have been easy to do that then because you weren't in the conscious mind to think of the actions that you were doing, and it probably led to more consequences that you didn't realize were consequences of the actions you did because you weren't mindful. But once you become mindful and you start thinking of, solutions for your problems, you don't want to do the things you used to do to solve your problems. You don't want to go the same way. You don't want to, I know, I get it. Nobody wants to be told no all the time and they can't help you and, they ain't got it, da 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 da. Or, that's your problem and they really have no solutions. Nobody wants to be told that. But I'll tell you what you can do. Stop. Be silent. Be patient. And remember that everything has worked out already for you. Look how many times it's worked out for you in one way or another. And that's what I had to remind myself. Pause. Don't fight or flight. You understand? And I'm a survivor. Sometimes you got to get yourself out of that survivor mentality. And remember, you've survived. So it's not surviving. It's just making a way. It's making a way where it doesn't disrupt how you're living right now. You don't want to make a way that causes trouble and gets you in more issues, debt, or whatever it is that is plaguing you. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to do something foolish and jump off, and now you got to pay the consequences for it one way or another. And when you on your spiritual journey, you think about that, you be like, I could easily just da 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 da. Yeah, but what's behind it? What is the consequences behind that da 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 da? Are you going to hurt somebody or are you going to cost somebody else some money? Is it going to be in detriment to someone else's well-being? You understand? So then you just, what I suggest is to pause. To pause, realize that you do have that situation going on. Think about ways that you've got out of the situation before, whether it been big or small. And pray about it. Pray about it, think about it, meditate about it. Let your ancestors bring the answers to you. Let the wisdom or the answer come from inside of you. Yeah, you can take suggestions from other people. And yes, to the right person, you can tell your issue to. They might have, oh, you lost your job. Boom, we just start hiring. You know, they might have an answer to you, but be careful on who you tell your troubles to, because they will use those to hold them against you later. And that's just facts. That's how people are. It's sad to say. But my suggestion is not to immediately think of, for your new problems, think of old solutions. Because remember how some of them old solutions did not work out, how they turned out, how they made a bigger mess than you had in the beginning. Sometimes when you get a problem, instead of rushing first, don't automatically knock what the universe can work out for you, baby. Don't automatically knock what the universe can work out for you. You understand? But make sure you ask. Make sure you do speak it until existence, like they say. Ancestors, you know what I got going on. You know my situation. Can you please let that energy through to help me? That helping energy, that energy I need to get through this, whether it be mental, physical, spiritual, whatever the energy is that you need to get through that situation. Transmute all negative energy into positive movement for you. And just sometimes pause. Pause, sit down, take a breath. Don't stay in the manic energy of, oh my God, this is happening. Step away from it so you can think clearly. And then you can start processing how you will handle it in reasonable ways. Not in outlandish, oh, I need to do this. I need to go rob a bank. I need to go, something stupid. Try not to turn back into the person you used to be, especially if you came so far. And don't let nobody else turn you back into the person. Don't let a situation or another person or even yourself turn you back into the person you have grown so far away from. Not that you're so far away from yourself, but you're so far away from. We are many beings. We become many different people. No one's the same person they were 5, 10, 15. Hopefully they're not 15, 20 years ago in a good way. Hopefully they're not. And if they are, you know what we got to do. Can't take everybody with us. But what we're not going to do is turn back into the person we were 5, 10, 15 years ago over an issue that we've learned to process through the journey. Sometimes the issue can smack you and you be like, oh, snap. And that fight or flight or how you doing something. Nah, pause. You right? Don't go out of character. Don't let nothing get you out. What James Brown say, don't get me outside of myself. Don't let nothing get you outside of yourself, because that's what's the energy that's going on right now. Stuff trying to get you off your keel, outside of yourself. I'm not letting anything get me outside of myself. And even if I do, I pull myself back into myself in a thinking manner so I can stay centered and balanced. So I can process and figure it out. And then maybe even ask for some help if need be. You understand? And yes, y'all ain't the only one going through it. I'm going through it right now. Tell the truth. I'm going through it right now. But I will process this and figure it out. And I've asked the Most High and I've asked my beloved benevolent ancestors to help send me a message on what I should do. Because it is just me. So I do understand, you know what I'm saying, what other people are going through. But this is how I process it when I have a difficult situation. And my first instinct was to jump out and be like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? We human.